Saturday night, it's game two. Tennessee loses to Alabama tonight, 6-3. I've got the score in the telecast this time. Thank goodness. But Tennessee does lose. The series is notched 1-1 going into Sunday, where you'll have your rubber match. We don't know who's taking the mound for Tennessee tomorrow, but what we know tonight is they lost 6-3. Tennessee had opportunities. Some of the issues from the past has plagued them again tonight with poor base running. It's a team that still, for some reason, when it's hit to the left side of the infield, they don't understand that you can watch that throw go across the diamond to first base without advancing, but they still do that. I don't know if this is just not taught. I don't know if this is just a case of guys having a brain cramp. I don't know what happens, but numerous times tonight, Tennessee had those opportunities where maybe guys hit it in the hole, but all of a sudden we're advancing from second to third. You don't have to do that unless it's a runner behind you. I don't get why Tennessee still has these things happen as they've happened for the last couple of years. I've always said this about Tennessee baseball. In terms of base running, they are not fundamentally sound. They don't know how to run the bases. They don't know how to slide. We've seen it numerous times throughout the years. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if this is on the players. I don't know if this is on the coaches. But, hard for me to say either way because I'm not there each day. But what I know is you don't advance on a ball in the hole unless you have to. It's an easy play for the shortstop. It's an easy play for them. But, Tennessee comes out the gates. Christian Moore gets on to start the game. Blake Burke follows with a double. Here's where the problems come into play. Billy Amick, a guy you're expecting to get it done, strikes out. That's been a beef of mine this year. We cannot strike out. I've had people tell me, well, this team will adjust to their swings as the year goes along. You're not up there swinging for the downs every time. Sometimes you go the other way. I watched Alabama do it tonight. I watched Alabama at one point. Drew Beam threw pretty good pitch. Outside corner fastball. Alabama took it the other way. Blake Burke stretches out. Blake Burke was out of position. Tennessee plays out position. Tennessee is not a fundamentally sound baseball team. They win games based on power. They win it based off of, basically out. I don't know. I'll go back to what I just outpowering teams. They win it based on overthrowing teams pitching wise. Drew Beam, complete game tonight, gives up 5 runs. Not a great night, but not a terrible night. He settled in after the third inning. He had a good outing after that. His first 3 outings, not so much. But, Tennessee's going into Sunday, rubber match, 1-1 with Alabama. We still don't know who throws tomorrow. It's not been announced yet. I was trying to look before I come on to see if Tony Vitello if there's anybody that's had a press conference or any quotes from him, and I have not seen it as of yet. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with A.J. Russell. Does he possibly come back tomorrow? We still don't know. There's a lot of questions in regard to that. Could it be Seacrest? Could it be Nate Snead? I don't think it'll be Aaron Combs as he started middle of the week. I don't think one of the freshmen come out the way they've been walking people. So we'll see on this one. My guess, and I would put no money on it. I don't even know. I really don't even know. Honestly, at this point, it would be a total guess and not even an educated guess. So I don't know who pitches tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Unless A.J. Russell's ready to go, I have no clue on it. I would possibly, if I had to pick, maybe go Snead. But again, I don't know. I just don't know. But look at stats tonight for Tennessee. Christian Moore, 4 for 5, hit a monster home run at one point in the game. Had a double, an RBI, a run score. Blake Burke, 2 for 5, one double, one strikeout. Billy Amick, 0 for 3, one hit by pitch, two strikeouts. You have got to put the ball in play. Got to do it. It can't be all or nothing with this team. And that's my problem with Tennessee baseballs too many times. It's all or nothing. They're not a small ball team. It's why I question, can they, with their approach, win a college World Series? I don't think they can until their approach changes, because they're not fundamentally sound on the bases. Their infield alignment is crazy. It always has been. I don't like it. And it puts their position players in positions that does not allow them to make an easy play. I don't get it. I don't think it's the right way. I'm not the coach. Obviously, what they're doing works a lot of times, but what gets me and where I go on a tangent or where I go on a rant is I see things are not fundamentally sound year after year, and we wonder, well, why does this happen with this team? I cannot explain why we don't know how to run the bases. I cannot explain why this team does not know how to line up in a normal infield. I don't get it. I've watched it. I've seen it in person. I haven't been to games in Knoxville. I've been to games in 2 of the last 4 years in Columbia when they played South Carolina. Their lineups are weird, how they line up in the infield. And it comes back to bite them sometimes. But I can't answer why this team doesn't try to go the other way, why they don't try to choke up and go the other way, why they can't, why it's an all or nothing swing. Yeah, am I overreacting tonight? No, I'm not. I'm not down on them. I'm just stating what I see, what I have seen for a few years now. It's not an overreaction. All right. This team is very good. It's a very good hitting lineup. Is this team flawed? Yes. Their strategies are flawed. Is Tony Vitello flawed? Yes, he is. Is he an awesome coach? Yes. You can be an awesome coach and have flaws. All right. I don't need hearing comments. Well, if you know so much, why are you not coaching them or anything? I'm sitting here analyzing it. All right. I've coached some pretty good players. So I've been pretty blessed with that. Didn't have a stellar playing career for numerous reasons, not because of abilities so much. Not that I was some high level player. All right. I wasn't. But, no, I've been pretty blessed in coaching with baseball. I don't like a lot of things I see with this team, but you know what? When they're rolling, you overlook them. On a night like tonight, it's hard to overlook some of those things. Drew Beam, I feel, pitched good enough to win this baseball game tonight. But, there were numerous errors, not just fielding wise, but numerous errors that happened that prevented them from winning this game. Is it the end of the season? No, absolutely not. You got a chance to bounce back tomorrow. Take the game. It's SEC play. You're playing a top 20 team. You knew it was going to be tight coming in to this series. You cannot afford to make those mistakes like we're making that they made tonight, basically. But look at the lineup for Tennessee tonight. Amick 0 for 3 can't happen, especially in the situations he had. And, he ended the game with the pop up, and Chris Burke mentioned it. The first pitch of that at bat was a perfect, right down the middle strike. I'm sorry, I'm not in the era of taking pitches. I hate taking a pitch when you're down. It makes no sense to me. I had a player, thankfully, a couple years ago. Well, it's been more than a couple years ago. I was always take a pitch till he get a strike, and he swung on one. I was like, What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm not going to see a better pitch than that." He's like, "If I sit here and wait, I'm going to all of a sudden get put in a hole." And I thought about that. And this was a younger guy. And it got me to thinking on it. Like, he has a pretty good point here. The old philosophy is, if we're down, we take it till we get a strike, trying to get a walk. But, if you get a first pitch right down the middle, why are we not turning these guys loose? Next game we played, same opportunity arose. He looked at me. We talked about it. He said, "I won't swing again like that." He looked at me. He was ready to take. I told him to swing away. It didn't work out, but he got a good pitch, and he didn't make do of it. But I will say this: I want guys up there swinging. If it's down the middle, I do not care what the count is. Swing it. Billy Amick had a perfect pitch with two guys on down the middle. I don't know what he does with it if he swings. Maybe he whiffs. Maybe he hits it a mile. Maybe he pops up. Who knows? But the philosophy of taking while you're down, especially if it's down the middle, I hate it. I hate it. It's outdated. You got to be aggressive. You got to want to win games. In baseball, if a pitch is down the middle, if it's 3-0, yeah, maybe, what have you. But I don't know. There's a part of me, if it's a Billy Amick, I want you free swinging. Does not matter the count. Does not matter the situation. I want you to swing. He watched a perfect pitch down the middle. His second pitch was outside. It was borderline. Then he pops up to end the game. Who knows what happens if he swings that first one, because it was perfect. And I could tell Chris Burke was just like, how are you taking that pitch the way he did it? And Chris Burke's awesome. A great Vol, a great announcer, one of the best Tennessee baseball players in the history of the program. And I'll trust him too if he's like, gosh. Basically, he didn't question why it was taken, but you could tell in his voice, it's like, that's a pitch you don't take. And, Amick was brought in for a reason. Get up there and hit. Give him the green light to hit. Kavaris Tears 1 for 3, a double, a walk. Dylan Dreiling 0 for 4 with an RBI, with one strikeout, 3 ground outs, a fielder's choice. Robin Villeneuve hit a bomb tonight, had an RBI. He did have 2 strikeouts again. That's concerning to me. Talked about it last night. I'm a little concerned with his approach. It's all or nothing. You have to be able to adjust. If guys are throwing you outside, you can't be swinging for the downs. You got to be able to go with it. I hope Villeneuve adjusts to that. Here's where your problems come up tonight. Curley, 0 for 4. Bargo, 0 for 3. Inslee come in for Bargo, 0 for 1. Peebles, 0 for 4 with the strikeout. Your bottom of the lineup tonight was 0 for 12. Can't happen. Can't happen against teams like Alabama. Difference in the ball game right there. Your top of the order, basically 1 through 6, had to do it all. Fielding wise, Christian Moore with the error. Again, I hate the way they set up their infield. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's not fundamentally sound. It makes no sense. It puts your second baseman so many times at risk. They're not able to make the simple play. I don't get it. I don't get it. Drew Beam, awesome pickoff move. I've seen this move work in person. You fake to first, you throw to third. Beam got the error on it. Honestly, I thought he put where it needed to be. He put it right where you catch it and you tag, it's out. He had the guy. I think it was a little unfair, in my opinion, that Beam got the error on that one. So not a good night defensively there, but Beam then, again, he goes the distance tonight. He goes 101 pitches, 8 innings, 6 runs, 5 earned, 6 strikeouts, 8 hits. He really settled in after that third inning, and it allows Tennessee a lot of flexibility tomorrow because pretty much everybody will be available. I like Tennessee's chances tomorrow coming into that game. Bottom line is clean up what went wrong tonight, and you're good for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up on that one. My name's Frank Rock, House of Orange. I'll be coming back at you with post game recap tomorrow. Hopefully, wrapping up the series on a high note. But have a good rest of your evening. And as always, go Vols.